Hi everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Valerie. I'm here today to talk about peer support within eating disorders and having diabetes. I'll try and stick to 3 minutes. I'll be in, out as quick as I can. So essentially, I'm here to talk about peer support and diabetes and why it's so important. We know that diabetes is isolating. We live with it every day, regardless of the type of diabetes, and we know that you feel stuck. And that's also something that we have in common with people that have eating disorders. And when you have an eating disorder and you live with diabetes at the same time, it's doubly isolating and doubly hard. So the advantages that we get from peer support within the diabetes world are amplified within the eating disorder world and the diabetes world. Often the problem that we get when we live with diabetes and an eating disorder is that an eating disorder, when you live with diabetes, is often seen by healthcare professionals as not looking after yourself or non-compliant, or you're just not trying hard enough, where often those behaviours in people without diabetes would be a red flag. So peer support is often the first place where people with diabetes feel that they're being heard, that they're being listened to, and realise that it's an illness and it's not behavior that's wanted, I guess. So I'm here to really kind of push through the importance of having peer support within treating diabetes and eating disorders. Now, people often bring down the downsides of it. The first and most obvious downside is some people would say that it's enabling. So if there are 2 people, 3 people, 4 people living with an eating disorder, that having those friends or that support there is enabling. However, what we want to think about is that the most important thing there is the fact that you don't feel isolated and the fact that mentorship is possible. So essentially, we want to think about like how you need to, people live with diabetes and eating disorder. It feels like there's no way out. It feels like you're stuck, and they need to be able to see someone who is also living with what they have and can support them at the same time. A friend or a peer with diabetes and living with an eating disorder isn't a substitute for a qualified mental health care professional, but they are a vital part of the team that you need to work with in order to work on your mental health and work on your eating disorder recovery. The positive of basically having a mentor and having someone within that space to work with is that they can give you the practical tools, because this is an issue that is so under-researched and underfunded, and it's something we're only starting to talk about. And often, as Valerie pointed out, people that aren't living with type 1 diabetes, such as people with type 2 diabetes or LADA or MODY or other types of diabetes, feel even more stigma around it. And again, there's also that stigma on different types of eating disorders. Often we might be aware of diabulimia, or you restrict insulin, but we're not aware of the other eating disorders that happen in the general population. And often those eating disorders, such as binge eating disorder or bulimia, or even like orthorexia, are seen as a failing on the person's diabetes part and not part of the mental illness. So it's really important that we have that peer support within that recovery, because people find someone that understands them. So essentially what I wanted to throw out at all of you and have us think about is the importance of integrating peer support within diabetes and eating disorder treatment. It's already a situation that's full of ups and downs. Eating disorder treatment and diabetes treatment often clash, but I think it's really important that we value the voice and we value the contribution of people that have already lived through this to inform how we work with people with eating disorders and diabetes to become their best selves. We need people with diabetes to inform the way that we treat mental health, and we need that mentorship and we need that allyship to work together within the healthcare community to make sure that we can truly solve this issue at more than a surface level. We need input from everyone, and who better than the people that are living through it.